Welcome to this PensionBee review video. So don't forget, if you find it useful, please like this video on YouTube and subscribe to our channel to help support it. Now, PensionBee is an online pension provider that specializes in helping customers to locate and consolidate existing pension plans. Despite being a relative newcomer to the industry, it has amassed around 800,000 customers, and in this review I'll explain how the service works, how much it costs, and cover some of the pros and cons of using PensionBee. Most UK consumers only engage with saving for the retirement when they are enrolled into their employer's pension scheme. With most adults in the UK changing employers every few years, it means that they can end up having several small pension pots stuck in past employers' pension schemes. Typically, people lose track of those pensions over time and forget that they even have them when they come to retire. It's not just an issue at retirement, however, as many of these pension pots will languish in poorly performing pension funds with high charges. Ideally, consumers should regularly review their retirement pension plan, which includes finding and optimizing their existing pension plans and consolidating them where it's appropriate. Now, doing so can ensure that you minimize the impact of investment charges while optimizing investment performance and the growth of your pension pots. At present, you can trace lost pensions using the free pension tracing service, but it's an official service that's run by the government, and it's a long-winded one, and you have to fill in the forms yourself, and you can be left deciding what you've got to do. Now, PensionBee comes to the rescue on this front, and it provides a service that will help customers to locate existing pension pots and consolidate them into a new low-cost pension plan that is easy to access and modify. Importantly, PensionBee does not charge you for consolidating your pensions, nor does it charge exit charges. So technically, that means you could use them to consolidate your pensions and then move them on elsewhere if you wanted to in the future. But obviously, most customers don't do that because they actually like what PensionBee does. So what does PensionBee offer? When you first sign up with PensionBee, you have to choose between one of 7 plans. Now, these are PensionBee Tracker, which is managed by State Street Global Advisors. There's a PensionBee Tailored plan, which is managed by BlackRock. There's a PensionBee Fossil Fuel Free plan for those people who are a bit more ethically minded. That's managed by Legal & General. Then there's PensionBee 4 Plus, which is managed by State Street Global Advisors. There's PensionBee Sharia, which is managed by HSBC Global Asset Management and State Street Global Advisors. There's also a PensionBee Preserve plan and a PensionBee pre-annuity plan. Now, we have analysed each of these pension plans in our in-depth independent review on the Money to the Masses website, which you can check out via the link on screen or via the description below. After you've chosen your desired plan, you then need to provide as much detail as you can about your existing pension plans that you wish to consolidate. Then PensionBee's team of experts will then start the process of finding your existing pension plans and will notify you if any of them have guaranteed benefits or exit penalties over £10. Now, assuming there are no hurdles, then PensionBee will get on with the tedious task of facilitating the transfer of your pensions into the PensionBee plan that you've chosen. Once the wheels are set in motion, you don't have to do anything. Eventually, you can then manage, top up and view your PensionBee pension online or via their smartphone app. PensionBee's charges range from 0.5% to 0.95% a year, depending on the plan you choose, and it will halve the fee on all investments over £100,000. So if you had a pension fund worth £150,000 in the PensionBee Tracker plan, for example, you would be charged 0.5% on the first £100,000 and 0.25% on the remaining £50,000. One thing to point out is that PensionBee does not provide financial advice. Where this becomes an issue is if you have an existing final salary pension scheme or a pension with over £30,000 worth of guaranteed benefits. So I'm talking about a defined contribution pension in that latter example. Now, if you have either of those, the current pension rules stipulate that you have to take financial advice before you can transfer them. And now, while PensionBee can facilitate the consolidation of any of your other pensions, then I would suggest that you speak to a financial advisor if you are unsure or if you do have either one of those types of pensions that can't be transferred without advice. If you don't have a final salary pension and are looking to spring clean your existing pension pots and consolidate them, then PensionBee is a viable option. This is especially true if you prioritize ease of use, acceptable fund performance, and low costs over investment choice and the ability to run your own investments yourself. Now, there are a range of PensionBee pros and cons, and before wrapping up this PensionBee review, I wanted to highlight some of those. So, starting with the pros, well, there are no exit fees or lock-ins, and the annual fees of 0.5% to 0.95% make it a pretty low-cost pension provider. It is rated as excellent on the Trustpilot website, scoring 4.6 out of 5 from over 7,000 customer reviews, and it has a pretty neat iPhone and Android app and an online dashboard, making managing your pension pretty simple. Now, as for the cons, PensionBee doesn't offer financial advice, as I've mentioned earlier, nor does it help with final salary transfers. Now, each plan has only one fund in it, so what you gain in terms of savings and relative performance, you actually lose out perhaps on investment choice. So in summary, if you are looking for a low-cost, hassle-free way to consolidate your pension pots, excluding final salary schemes, then PensionBee is worth looking at, especially as it doesn't lock you in with any of those exit penalties that I've mentioned that other providers have. So that leaves you free to move at a future date. PensionBee has acceptable investment fund performance, its low cost, and its slick app and online dashboard have clearly been integral in it gaining that 800,000 customers so quickly. Don't forget to check out the full review of PensionBee that you can find on the Money to the Masses website, which you can navigate to via the on-screen link or by clicking on the link in the show notes. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please make sure you like it if you've found it useful anyway, and subscribe to our channel.